Hello, welcome back. Did you miss us? This isn't even streaming. We're on video.
It will be on YouTube still.
It will be on YouTube. Hiya. I'm talking to myself. But if you're watching this from the future in YouTube, we missed you a lot. Yes. So when last we left off all that time ago, 3 weeks ago, the party fought off an incursion of sea creatures that were seemingly in the wake of this huge giant that climbed out of the harbour of the place that I'm forgetting what it's called, Ulisari. Yes, after a fervent battle where magic played a big part, not least Mia's 9th level glacier that she dumped on top of some sea creatures and some well-placed hold monsters and distraction cascades and all that. Yes, the party managed to stave off this incursion. After being thanked by the harbour master, they were given access to kind of a warehouse on the seafront. And after collecting themselves and speculating as to the purpose of this creature and what importance it might have in relation to your encounter at the tavern with the mysterious guy, Elneon. I think that was his name. Elf name, Elneon. You decided to go and attend a religious ceremony at the behest of, or the invitation of, a local religious leader. At the festival, this kind of lunar festival, you were witness to a load of elves carrying lanterns barefoot through a glade. And unfortunately, the culmination of that festival resulted in the glade being plunged into darkness and the appearance of a blood red moon, which seemed to have an unsettling effect on Tisha. You chose to extricate her from that ceremony and take her back to the warehouse, upon which Tilly casted her Magnificent Mansion spell from her spellbook, and that is where you all took a long rest. Bear with me. What's that gone? So the long rest was taken in this kind of like idyllic, like hobbit hole kind of place. You're all resting, and you all kind of, if you weren't level 20 already, have taken that up. Sorry, I just have to log in to access one of my notes, which is very annoying. I'm going to get you all to, if you won't mind, we're going to get rolling straight away. I want you all to roll me a D10. Kirsty, will you give me your roll to start with?
10.
Okay. Is there anything that you would do before going to sleep in this magnificent mansion?
I think I would want to set up very close to Tisha.
Mm-hmm.
and maybe try and talk to her about how she's feeling, but nothing kind of more than that.
Okay. Well, you can have that conversation if you wish.
Hey,
Hey.
are you okay?
And well, I'm feeling better thanks to Tilly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, we should sleep. What did you see anything? Hear anything?
Oh dear. Did I see or hear anything?
No, you. I think you basically would have had a very visceral reaction, but I think your memory of what happened would be fairly incomplete. Maybe if you're blacked out, you don't know much about what happened.
I coughed up blood, right? It was a lot of
Mhm.
yeah, and then I was out of it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Just remember coughing and needing to get out of that place. Everything went black.
You know, we'll stand by you, whatever happens. Like, we're not letting you go anywhere.
Okay. No, that's great. No, that's great. Thanks. Like, I guess it's not a shock in a way. Thing ever has a happy ending here, so yeah. We've got to, we've got to get through this.
And
Yeah.
we'll be here.
No, I appreciate that, Mia. Thank you.
And I'm going to sleep here.
Just right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freddie comes in with some fresh towels that were handed to him by a spectral halfling, and he kind of just wanders straight back out again. Whoops.
You can stay here too.
You just hear him making conversation like I'm walking away from the corridor.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I think me being back is probably going to cause quite a little bit of trouble in that sense. Maybe more trouble than you could possibly have thought before I came back. I don't know.
Maybe. But it's not your fault.
Just is. I guess.
It's just what's happening, but it's not, you've not done anything to deserve this, and you don't have to struggle with it by yourself or just between you and Freddie. You can talk to us, and I think it will be helpful if you do talk to us. For everyone.
Yeah. I guess. You mean, you know what I've talked about, what happened. You know when things get beyond terrifying, and you just kind of whatever now?
Kind of.
I think I'm in that. And obviously a little bit worried.
Kirsty, just
now.
take your microphone away from your mouth a little bit, please. Thank you.
Go back. Yeah, so I'm a little, worried that it's going to happen again at the worst time. And then you can't really, because you've got to focus on surviving and saving the world. So, yeah. It is what it is.
We're gonna fix it.
With that, a little halfling person. How are they dressed, Lucas?
I think it would be sort of they don't have any official uniforms or anything like that. This is like if this is sort of like a family-run bed and breakfast, right? So there are no uniforms. Just like everything's homely. You've got like some halflings looking like a mom type with an apron and things like that, and you've got like a dad who like walks around and like fixes stuff and like comes in, checks on stuff, and there's like kids running around throwing balls. You know what I mean? This is all like kind of family memories.
Well, the aspect of a father figure halfling comes in. He's got little circular glasses on the end of a bulbous nose, bald head set back into like just a clutch of curly hair. He's got like an apron on and like a set square and a little ball pin hammer. And he, as you say, we're going to fix it. He just comes in. Oh, something need fixing?
No, everything's perfect. Thank you.
You're sure?
Yeah.
I exist to serve. If there's anything you need, let me know. If you don't quite like the way things looks, I think Miss Hollytop can literally just click her fingers and change how it looks. But I'll find a use for this hammer and these tools.
What if it's late? What if
Is it? I don't think time really passes here in the same way. I've only existed for a few hours.
Okay.
I'll take a cup of cocoa.
I was going to say the same thing.
Cocoa.
And you get
I'm
yourself
sure we'll
one.
be able to and my brilliant. I don't think I've ever tasted cocoa before, or anything for that matter.
That's
I'll be right with you. And he just turns in about faces, and yeah, a little bit of home comforts are brought to you after what has been an incredibly challenging day. Since you got to Ulasari, it's just been one thing after another. And eventually, Tisha and Mir settle down to sleep. What about Tilly and Red?
Did you want our roles or
No, anything you do in particular before going to sleep or not? There's no pressure to.
before going to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
John, you've got anything?
I just think maybe look through the Book of Radiance, and it has like it's built up for like a history of meeting all like clerics from all around the world and cosmos or whatever. Like, so I probably would have already looked a million times, but since there's nothing much else to do, is like just scour through everything and see if there's any kind of like clues or lore that pops up about anything to do with basically everything happened with like the moonlight when the giant showed up, and like how there was a constellation that was related to Tisha. Like, I'm just thinking about that stuff and leafing through any paper I've got. Like,
sure, make an investigation check.
Normal roll. Oh, crit 20.
Hey.
Oh, with a natural 20. You, you like instinctively go to like 2 or 3 different chapters that you've compiled yourself in your own research over the years. There's something in the back of your mind that whether it's mythology or history or religious prophecy, you're trying to weed out any relevant symbols. I will say that a symbol that you notice seems to have a strange correlation. It pops up in multiple sections two of the sections that you'd researched in your past, but one of your most recent notes. You notice that the symbol on Tish's neck bears some resemblance to one bit of mythology, and also it's also in a place that you've seen very, very recently. So if you go into the Discord, you'll be able to see the symbol that we asked for it last lesson, but this is the tattoo on Tish's, on the back of Tish's neck. You'll be able to see that in the Discord. Yeah. It's a crescent moon with loads of runes around it in two circles. And you notice with the natural 20 that Ulisari, the crest of Ulisari, is also like a crescent moon, which is a strange coincidence. And as you cross-reference this like crescent moon symbology, you also, bear with me, can I paste this? Maybe I can. The symbol of Ulisari looks like this. Go on, hope this works. Go on, jump gate, don't let me down. Nope, it doesn't. I want to figure out how to do this, so just bear with me 1 second. Are you going to do this? No, it's not going to let me. Okay, I'll just describe it. The symbol of Ulisari is a crescent moon, but a crescent moon set on some waves, and the waves look particularly like turbulent. That's set into a circle with 6 stars around it. It's called, the Elvish name for it, which you have jotted down, maybe you saw it from the pub or something, I don't know. With a natural 20, you made some notes. It's called the Ithildin Ekanyo. And it's that phrase which you then cross-reference with some of your research. Ithildin seems to be the name of a person. And that person is an elf of mythological fame and infamy. He is the son of Corellon, who was sent to make peace with the giants. It's just an elven myth that resulted in the peace and prosperity of Menelambir. As if maybe the giants and the elves, I don't know, maybe did a favour for each other. You're not really sure without really investigating further. But yeah, the crescent moon, Ulisari, giants with a natural 20, you make that connection.
Okay. So, Ithildin Eakanyo. Sorry, that's like the name of the crest, or that's the name that's in.
So the Ithildin Eakanyo is the name of the crest of Ulisari, and Ithildin also seems to be the name of an elf that made a pact with giants.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Wow. I guess. Since the others were in a private space, maybe I'd be talking to Tilly about this. We'd just be talking, and then I'm leafing through, and then I'd be like, "Wait a minute!" And I point it out, and I'd scribble out or grab a copy of the moniker, this crest, and yeah, I'd like this. This is a strikingly weird resemblance, and the crest. I don't know. It can't be just coincidence that it's centered around this elven myth that kept these giants maybe at bay, or an allegiance, or some peace was drawn between them. And then it's so similar to Tisha's mark on her neck. Do you think that when she arrived here, that triggered some sort of, I don't know, upended some magical pact between the giants and the elves and the safety of Ulisari?
So Tilly's next to you, her mouth full of some pastry that she's eating. She's looking at you wide-eyed. She was just about to offer you a scone, and then you just went like and started blubbering.
Yeah, I'm just monologuing without looking at you. Like,
fuck, that's fast. Try the scone. It's amazing. I don't know. You seem to be drawing some connections there, but
well, maybe. I mean, and I take some parchment and I just draw them both out and kind of hold them next to each other, and like the timing, the similarities. I mean, and what happened to Tisha? Do you think she's okay after what happened in the Grove?
Well, so she reacted badly to something there, right? Because of what she currently is, or transforming into, or we don't really understand what happened with her in the time that she was gone. But her grandparents' plan was, I mean, we've seen what Jadena was doing and Gilcrest with changing people from one form to another, and something similar maybe on a different level happening to Tisha. But did we stop it halfway through because we got her back?
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Freddie got her back, but so this is so big. But it looks like this Corellon.
Yeah,
I think he was. Yeah, and his what did you mention?
Son,
his son?
Ithilden in mythology, it's his son.
So if Corellon was a god, then what is a son of God? Is it still a god, or do we call it smaller god?
Well, like remember when we met tip of my tongue.
Daughter of the
Alan
beauty.
Andraste.
Andraste.
Daughter of Saloon,
right?
Soon, not Saloon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the only example I can think of someone being the
so she's like
child of a god.
Is it called a demigod or something? I don't know.
Sure,
Yeah, Andraste was a demigod. Or is a demigod, yeah.
Is demi meaning like there was a human involved in the process? Is that or mortal rather? I don't want to be, speciesist. So Corellon and his son, I think they were in a position to Saruk, Dendar, all that. I think these are like two different camps. That's why she felt so bad when we went into a place where his presence was, that was his holy place, and they invoked him.
Yeah,
and because of that, she felt it was like a vampire going on the hallowed ground, right? This was the same reaction that she had.
Yeah, I wonder then if it's almost like if there was some type of pact or peace offering between Ithilden and the giants. I wonder if the presence of Saruk, energy, or just Saruk presence, maybe that is what triggered the rage of the giants. I mean, who knows?
Oh, so we pressed.
Yeah, like maybe their agreement was, you keep us safe if any Saruk show up.
So we came here, we brought Tisha here, and it was effectively like bringing a...
Yeah, like unleashed a rage or
security mechanism.
Yeah, maybe
the
kinda.
Security.
I mean, maybe not. It seems like more than coincidence that something's going on. I mean, they also the giant also did kind of just wander off. Whether it goes towards the center of Menelambir to go and protect it or something, like we could do with finding out more about what this pact is, or what the elves were up to so long ago, and Corellon. And it also freaks me out the way back we were on Felidrandor, and we saw all that stuff that was related to Corellon, but then it turned out to be like all this evil Saruk stuff. There's a real, it's really grey where like, where the gods lie, what Corellon's role really was, where someone just subverted it, or whether they're following the true intentions of like the elven gods,
Because I mean, we also know this ancient story that the elves are direct descendants, right? Or
yeah, so it's
the
like
Saruk are the progenitors.
are they just as bad as the Saruk, like deep down, or are they the good guys that overcame the
sleeping
Saruk?
agents.
Yeah,
Somebody will say snake god, and then they will flip the switch and all go to fight.
I mean, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. If in eons ago there was presumably this war, and eventually Corellon and the elves came out on top, kind of, then they would have some kind of. I mean, even if this giant theory is just a total shot in the dark, you would think there would be some ancient protections against Saruk, right?
Yeah.
Like there's still Saruk temples that we found and that have been uncovered, so there'd have to also be ancient methods of protection and safeguards and things like that. Presumably would have been put in place by Corellon, maybe Ithildin. Maybe it was more than a myth. That's fascinating stuff, but I just wish we could figure everything out sooner. Feels like we figure one thing out and then another like disaster happens.
Like what if we had an extra year that we could have done all this?
Yeah, we just really don't,
I think the answers are gonna be inland. I think that's where we're gonna need to go.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if we have any time to spare.
But at least we know there's some kind of weird connection between the elves, Ithildin, and these giants. Like a myth about it exists, so something's going on under it all.
But they attacked everyone in they were completely. They weren't.
Yeah, they seem to be
either possessed or enraged or out of control,
mad. And,
yeah. I don't know.
But apart from not the big one, that walked with purpose and went on to where it is. Hopefully Naeem's been able to track it.
Well, we'll need to get in touch for sure and find out and get a move on. But use the time. Promise me you're not gonna just go over these papers for the rest of the night. You need the rest, right?
Yeah, I know.
And please try these try these meat pastries. They're delicious. And Tilly spends like a lot of the time just going around and picking up things that were like her best foods from when she was young, from the kitchen, bringing it out, poking her head into the rooms of the other three, and just like shoving foods on everybody and drinks, and what I mean. So she's like, she feels absolutely amazing here, and yeah, she will definitely be this sort of trying to be this host.
Mm-hmm. Well, after some time speculating, researching, and relaxing, the exertions of the day catch up to you all, and you all fall asleep in your various states of rest. Kirsty, what did you roll again? A 10?
Yeah.
The last thing you say to Tisha, or the last kind of point that you labour with her, is that you'll all be there and you're not going to let her go through this on her own.
Mm-hmm.
and you fall into a comfy, warm sleep. You awake back in Sargrangela. You are along the air pocket, the main kind of thoroughfare into the Palace of Eternal Warmth. Usually this place is busy with people coming and going, with royal missives and messengers, Knights of Mystical Fire, maybe even Marid relatives. But there's absolutely nobody there.
Hello.
Your voice echoes upwards into the spire of the palace. No response.
I'll head towards where my mother would usually be, in that kind of direction.
Towards the
Sure to
Coral
find-
Throne?
Yeah, there's got to be someone around there.
You get up to the top of the spire and you see the long royal corridor, this palatial hallway with grand pillars and kind of coiling coral around each one. You'd normally see out of the kind of archways, you'd see the infinite plane of water beyond, and you'd see wildlife, beautiful seahorses, merfolk, tritons. Nothing. Just a dark, impenetrably dark abyss out of the window.
Keep walking.
Your footsteps echo increasingly loudly as they become ever more ominous and make you feel ever more uncomfortable. As you make your way towards the Coral Throne, you'd see the Prince Regent's room, Aryl's room, with the door ajar.
I'll tap on the door and then push it.
As you
Open.
push the door open, you see an unmade bed. No possessions. No clothes. Nothing.
Roll.
Your voice echoes around the room. Nothing.
Okay. I'll look through like drawers by his bed or anything to see any scrap of life.
Completely bare. No personal mementos. No fineries. There's no clue that this room ever belonged to anyone.
I go to cast Sending to Aryl.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I cast it to Aryl and I just say, Aryl, I'm here. I'm at Sargrandra and I'm looking for you. Where are you?
You immediately get that sinking feeling when you know a spell has failed.
Okay, I'll run out and towards where my mother would be, the Coral Throne.
You make a dash for the Coral Throne, which is unusually unguarded. There are two halberds, long staff-like weapons that would usually be held onto by two guards, Knights of Mystical Fire, just discarded on the floor. And
Do I have
Go on.
Do I have everything that I usually have with me? My
Yeah.
equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. keep going then.
You push open the door and you see this conflux of water and coral, this palace throne room. It's usually a swirling whirlpool of arcane magic and elemental majesty. The coral throne is empty, and the water doesn't stir at all.
I would probably just run up to the coral throne anyway, while screaming hello and shouting a bit more frantically.
As you become more and more desperate, you swim through the current, and it feels strange to you. The currents in Sargrangelo dictate the passage of time, and they seem weaker. Not that time is moving more slowly. I want you to make a nature check.
Four.
Something feels off to you, but you don't know what it is. You go tired. You sit in the coral throne, getting the best vantage point available, looking around for clues or signs of life. And your back starts to hurt.
Like an ache?
Mm-hmm.
I'll jump up and turn and look behind me.
Jumping up is really difficult. You really struggle and labour to get to your feet. As you look behind you, you put both of your hands on the arms of the coral throne to support your weight, and you notice both of your hands are really wrinkly.
Ah! Hello?
Your voice sounds different.
Zima? Mum?
Sounds haggard and stretched. You struggle to raise the volume.
I'll try and make my way back out. What's the name of the woman that's normally in charge? The one that maybe has a thing for Arrol. I can't remember her name.
Hold on.
I sort of know that it's useless anyway, whoever I'm looking for, but I've got to keep going.
Uh-huh. It is... Raylana.
Raylana, that's it. I go looking for her.
You go to the kind of assistant's quarters. In her office, you would normally see loads of missives, writs, declarations, papers. There's nothing like that. Just a small coral object on the other side of the room, laying on the desk.
Go to it.
Looks like a shell at first, but it's almost got like a handle on it.
Have I seen anything like it before?
Looks like it could be a comb or hand mirror or something like that.
I'll pick it up.
As you pick it up, you look in the mirror, and your face is haggard. You're looking at mere in 100 years. Your skin is sunken. Your teeth are rotten. Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no. $23.
You observe your skin begin to peel off by itself. Your skin turns to sand over your bones. And in a matter of seconds, it's almost like time seems to pass another 100 years, and you're reduced to a skeleton looking into a hand mirror. And you wake up in a cold sweat.
I grab at Tisha. Is she
It's a
okay?
skeleton. It's a skeleton.
Yeah, it's a dream in a dream. We'll get to Tisha in a moment.
Okay.
John, what did you roll?
What did I roll? 2.
2? You're muted there.
Sorry, didn't mute Discord. Yeah, 2.
Okay. You stand in your dream on a cliffside with the breaking dawn washing over you and a beautiful sunrise lighting the sky and warming your skin. You stand on a promontory high over a large expanse of a verdant valley below. It's almost like you're stood at the top of the summit of Crystal Spear looking out towards Snaketail Jungle on a perfect morning. Basking in the glow of the dawn light. What passes over Red's mind? What does she feel? What does she think? Or what did they feel? What do they think?
I think she'd be like, it's like, don't even question it. It's a moment of respite. Like everything's been so crazy. If this is a dream, I've been transported somewhere. It's just a blessing to be able to like bask in this warmth and light. Try not to think of it too much.
So you focus on just the feelings rather than the thoughts. You feel drawn towards that sunlight. You like open up your posture and you begin to just step forward. The grass feels lush under your feet. The smell of nature and all of the possibility of life given by the dawn light at the beginning of a new day just makes you feel intoxicated. As you step forward, I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at those. 11.
Would you say Red's dominant foot is left or right? What would you step forward with?
Left.
Steps forward. The right foot, you still feel the safety and security of the ground beneath, but as you step forward with the left foot, you dip your toe forward. There's no such ground below, and you are immediately jolted awake as if to try and stop yourself from falling. But it's too late. and you go tumbling off the summit of Crystal Spear on a particularly precarious ledge. You fall, or from a particularly precarious ledge, you fall, and you smash through the ground hundreds of feet below. When you impact it, your body continues to fall downwards, breaking through the land and into darkness below. You continue to fall. Your golden scales begin to peel off with the downward force of the air, making them flake and spiral into the nothingness, revealing your red skin below. As each scale rips off, the pain gets more and more intense. You begin clutching at these increasingly painful wounds, and the more you struggle against this descaling, the hotter you get, the itchier the scales get. And you are tumbling, falling, somersaulting through darkness, clawing and scratching at your own golden claws until you burst into flame itself. You feel every moment burning fire and death. You're unable to wake up. Lucas, what did you roll?
Oh shit! I don't know. I don't know if I want to tell you. 3.
You wake up in your bed, the bed that you conjured in this mansion, but not because it's morning, because what is it? It's like a tap that's dripping somewhere. You don't even really know where the bathroom is, but it's definitely coming from somewhere.
Oh
What
no!
do you do?
I can't have a leaky tap in my conjured house. I mean, my friends could slip or whatever. I need to. She's gonna immediately put her conjured slippers and a nightgown on, and cast the whatever light. A little control flame, little flame, and just go out and start looking for this leak. I mean,
okay.
you
go out of the room. Make a perception check. Where's this leak coming from?
Where the hell is it? 25.
Oh, it's down the left, you swear. There's like a couple more bedrooms and then a right turn, and you think there is a bathroom at the end of the corridor.
Yeah, it's got to be right there because I made sure there's one bathroom for each person here, and then twice over that in case they want to, I follow through to find the source of this leak.
You go down the corridor,
but also looking around for and like trying in my head because that's how it works, right? I can mentally conjure these servants to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like saying like Dad, I might need your help. Bring your hammer.
Call out casually, and then you walk down the end of the corridor and you go to that right turn, and you look down expecting to see like a bathroom at the end of this corridor, but this corridor seems to carry on going. Branches out to the left and right at the end here.
Okay, a little confused. I guess maybe I just don't understand this magic very well. It's the first time I ever cast it, so I might have botched something. I'll carry on with just sort of more carefully and looking around and like keep trying to call the spectral servants. Like, where are you guys? You're supposed to help. Hello.
As you carry on down the corridor, you call out again, and you hear one door open, and then you turn round, and it's like a door closed behind you.
Okay. This is getting spooky as heck. Okay, I don't know what I did with this spell, but let me find Red or Mir. They know more about magic. I'm gonna turn
You're
around
gonna just
and
go
start
back?
start walking
Okay,
back.
when you turn back, you go to turn left, back into the corridor, but now there's only a right turn.
Oh, okay. Freaking hell, I'm lost in my own conjured. Hello! I'll start.
The drip's getting louder.
Okay. I guess that's the only direction that kind of makes sense at the moment, but I keep calling for people and saying, Red, I messed up. Where are you? Help!
You walk down the corridor. You're now looking for any sign of any bathroom. The sound's getting louder, but it gets more and more difficult to figure out where it's coming from. I want you to make another perception check.
12.
You almost give up on the upstairs. You know there's like lots of bathrooms downstairs. You're 100% sure, and you arrive at a staircase that's going down.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow.
You go down this staircase. It looks like in a Hobbit kind of hotel. It maybe looks like it's a staircase going down to like a basement or like a cellar where they keep cheese or ale.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah. You go down, and as you turn around and kind of climb down the little ladder, it just keeps going and going. And before you know it, you're clinging onto this ladder that is suspended in complete darkness. Now,
Okay.
up and down are equally long ways. Do you go back up or do you keep going down?
Come on, Tilly. You can do this. Something's really messed up here. I will keep going down.
Keep going down.
Yeah.
It gets hotter. And after lowering yourself down this like stumpy little hobbit ladder that seems to have gone on for what seems like 100, 150 feet, you step down and then it hits you. The squelch underfoot, the smell of bog and peat, the drip that was once so audible has faded into the background of a swampy, lifeless marsh. What do you do?
Okay, I think at this point she probably catches herself thinking, yeah, this spell couldn't have malfunctioned this bad. This is something else. If someone wants to show me something, then I'm ready to see it. What? Hello? And I think she'll slowly kind of go inside, in deeper.
As you walk deeper, calling out, realizing almost that you're no longer in your mansion, you begin to sink.
Oh,
that sulfuric smell of the bog gets stronger. And you're not sinking because of your weight. You're a very light, small person. You're sinking because of something in your backpack which you're suddenly wearing.
oh, I tried to take it off.
You can't.
Can I try to reach inside of it like that?
You reach out. There's something really heavy in your backpack.
Try to pull it out.
Make a strength check.
Well, that's gonna go well. 9.
You put both hands behind your back and you reach into your backpack and you like bend over, trying to use gravity as your assistance as you try and heave this thing. Feels like a stone tablet in the back of your backpack. As you pull, you slip forward, and as you crash face down into the bog, you realise that this thing is now lying flat on your back, and you're beginning to drown.
Okay, I'm gonna start to panic. I'm gonna try to use I'm gonna try to use wild shape in a panic to see if I maybe get into a form that'll be stronger than me.
You begin to try and change. It's no use. You flip and writhe and try and summon some kind of primal form, and you manage to shift your body round underneath this object that's pinning you down and making you sink into the marsh, and you realize that this is the accounting and valuation of all things.
That's the book.
It's become heavier and heavier, and just as you realize that this might be a fate that Tilly yet sees one day, you sink beneath the bog and underneath the weight of the book.
Bloop.
And we'll take a break there.
Bloop. Okay, worse is yet to come, Tisha.
All right.
I mean, he did say he's gonna see us again in our dreams, right?
Yes.
He did say it.
Yep.
I'll see you guys about 8 o'clock.
Yep. See you in a
Yep.
bit.
All right. See you in a bit. And we're back. Everybody's dreaming. We left Tisha until last. Lucy, I made you roll, but your roll doesn't really matter.
Fair.
You fall into a restful slumber as like Freddie was like, he's fallen asleep in like the chair in the corner of the room with like while he was reading his spell book. Mia is next to you in a bed, and as you fall away into a slumber, you you kind of like pull the sheets over your head and fall to sleep, and you awake to a sound of church bells. I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
18.
Oh, with 18, you've just got this urgent sense that you're late for something.
So I wake up and I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
What do I see? Like around me?
You are in your childhood bedroom. There's like a smell of like fresh paint. As it doesn't look exactly like it did when you were a child, but it's it almost looks plainer and more kind of palatial, very white, lots of white linen and kind of white gold fixtures.
So if I am late for something, I'll probably just dart out of the room and whatever, like rush around, basically trying to find out what I'm late for.
Yeah, make a perception check. You rush out of the room too quickly before looking around, and you find yourself on the cobbled street. Hold on. Oh, I can't believe I didn't. Hold on, I've got it on my iPad. You find yourself on the cobbled street of a small town in the north of Inelian called Mestavaliok. It's where you were schooled at like a just a local kind of like convent school almost. But you rush out onto the cobbled streets of Mestavaliok and down the hill. It's like got a beautiful vineyard on one side. It's got like picturesque like country pubs, thatched roofs, and at the very bottom of the hill there's a square which you can see a small steeple, a very modest church with the bell ringing.
And does that bell like symbolize like that's a calling bell or something?
But you certainly feel very called by it.
Then Tisha will go towards the bell.
You run. I want you to make an athletics check. Okay. You run and run and run down the hill, and you are slowed down as the heeled shoe you are wearing gets caught between two cobbles. As you look down, you realise you're wearing a white dress.
Ah! Am I? Do I have Tisha's memories and what's going on, like in real?
It's weird. Like you know you are Tisha. You feel like you are dreaming, and so rationalization is really just kind of just out of your reach at the minute. It's almost like you're playing a part.
Well, then she would try and get a heel shoe out, take the shoe off, whatever, run.
Yeah, runs barefoot down the hill. You are a little bit behind, and as you kind of hobble over the stone and grass, there's like a fountain in the square. You see like two people, an older man and a younger boy on a horse-drawn cart, and they look at you almost shocked, as if they recognize you. Just make an insight check.
16.
Yeah, they think you're late as well. They look a bit bewildered. And one of them just kind of nods to you and encourages you to keep going. As you run towards the church, you kind of pass under an archway. You can see like stable hands attending to like these beautiful like show ponies and horses. You can see a wedding carriage being readied on the left as these two beautiful white horses with like gilded blinders and reins on are being look like delicately brushed down by a like besuited attendant. You see the two doors to the church are open. There's like bunting and streamers. as yeah, there's nobody else around. What do you do?
And there's nobody at the end of the aisle?
Oh, you can't really see into the church from here. You can just see the doors. You're
You can't-
outside.
Yeah, she carries on. She thinks she's late.
You run in, and at the entrance to the church, you hear that the ceremony has already begun, and you look forward at two people stood shoulder to shoulder, almost, being bisected by a priest who is kind of going through the motions. You can't see the female who is disguised in a veil, but the male looks very familiar.
Do I know who?
Who do you think it is?
Oh, not Freddie.
I mean, it might be. Make a perception check.
14.
The 14. You think it's definitely Freddie, and you feel a pang of heartbreak. What's happening? Is
Oh.
Freddie getting married to someone who isn't you?
Oh.
Jealousy and rage begins to boil up under the surface. Nobody has acknowledged your entrance. As the practitioner gets to a certain part in the ceremony, you hear echoing through the hallway, "If anybody knows not why these two should not be joined in matrimony, please raise their objection now."
She raises her objection. She'll stomp down the aisle and say, "But he's already married to me!"
Gasps as you march down the aisle. The two figures who are being wed don't turn to meet your gaze, which only enrages you further. This slime ball can't even look at you. Can't even do the courtesy of looking you in the eyes. He tramples all over your wedding vows. As you get to them, the priest shouts, "What is the meaning of this?"
As I stated, he's already married.
As he turns round, the male, you see very clearly, is not Freddie, but is a man with narrow features and dark hair combed back over to one side, emerald green eyes and thin, reedy lips, which are parted by two fang-like incisors, and with a lick of a snakish tongue, Zetsu addresses you. "I have no idea what this woman is talking about." Make another insight check.
Okay. Inside 5.
Your rage turns to surprise and astonishment as you look bewildered towards the bride. She turns towards you. She looks heartbroken, confused, tearful. You've just ruined her special day. This girl has dark hair. She may only just be 16 years old. She has scars just barely visible in her fairly modest dress. Her father stands up to intervene. I want you to make a history check.
$15.
Did Tisha, as far as I'm aware, I don't think you would recognise this person.
Okay.
The father, though, you don't recognise the bride, but the father looks like he's burning his eyes through you. Such an intent and angry stare. Looks towards you. You had your chance. Now it will be my daughter's destiny instead of yours. And as you step back under the weight of this accusation, this threatening response from the father of the bride, you turn round to the crowd on both sides of the aisle. All of the people dressed in their Sunday best, their wedding finery, are all skeletons.
Mm.
The door to the hall, the wedding hall, closes, trapping you inside. Setsu breaks hands with his bride and starts marching accusingly towards you. How dare you? You spurned my advances. You turned me down. And you turn up here, now, on the biggest day of my life.
Tisha would sort of, well, she'd be in fear. She'd be backing up as best as she could.
As you back up, Zetsu marches confidently towards you as you're trembling and stumbling backwards over your long dress in your bare feet. You trip and fall, you turn around, you get back up to your feet. You realise that as Zetsu walks towards you, each row from the left and right side of the aisle of skeletons are standing up to join him, and a whole procession of undead are following you until you are back against the door, with Zetsu stood only 1 foot away from you.
I mean, if that was Tisha and it wasn't a dreamlike world.
You suddenly appear. You now feel more cognizant that this is a dream. You feel more like yourself.
Well, then I would cast Fireball. 9th level.
You summon all of your power and you throw a fireball into the crowd, and bones and skeleton skulls erupt in this cacophony of fiery violence. And as everybody else in the room disappears, the last thing you see amidst ash, bone, and flaming pew is the untouched, still perfect bride-to-be who looks towards you. And as she lunges towards you, her face turns serpentine and you wake up.
But I don't recognise her.
No.
No.
Mia, this is where you wake up Tisha, as you said you would.
Just grab for her like as an impulse from my bad dream.
And then Tisha wakes up and she's just seen the last face of that girl coming after her. She's probably going to scream. Be like, Oh God. Oh, Mia.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Are you okay?
No, are you?
No.
No, 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 definitely not. I just saw Setsu. What did you just see?
What? No. What? You saw him?
Yeah. Getting married.
To
Nope. I don't know.
you?
No. She just lunged at me. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if I don't know if I just killed some people. / undead.
I dreamt that I was alone with our grandula at home, and I was just aging and aging so quickly, wandering around looking for anyone to help me, and the whole place was emptied out, and I was alone, and then I died.
Died? Thought you like disintegrated or something?
Yeah, that. I watched my face as the flesh flaked
Oh
off it.
no. Oh God.
Excuse me, we're gonna need another hot chocolate, please.
Do we think? Well,
Excuse me.
Yes, make that a double. Do you think? I mean, should we check with the others? Because I feel like.
Is Freddie okay?
Oh, good point. What's Freddie doing?
You see, Freddy is like kind of like mumbling to himself, like he's asleep.
Happily.
He looks kind of distressed.
I'm going to run over and shake him awake.
Okay, what did you roll, Lucy?
6.
As you shake him awake, he screams, ah, ah, and he starts like taking his clothes off.
And I go to stop. No, wait, it's okay.
Oh,
it's Tita. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was burning.
Okay. You're not. Well, you're not. Is he
No.
hot?
Yeah, he's like sweating and hot.
Yeah. Well, you're okay. I think we've all just had nightmares, right, Mia?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna check on the others. This is great for future sleeps, right? And then run into where are Red? And
just next door, I would say.
Bang, 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 bang! Don't even wait to be answered. Just run in. You okay? Are they awake?
You guys tell me. Have you already woken, or are you having your nightmares currently?
Wake up and scream.
You too, then. And then go over to Red and like pat and calm down.
I go immediately for a mirror, check my appearance.
The same resplendent golden dragonborn that went to sleep is staring back at you.
You too?
Yep. And Freddie. And Mia. And Tilly?
Yeah, I think she would maybe at this point like a door fly open, or maybe even like disappear, because in her panic she just felt like I need to get out, and the door just disappeared. So she just like this ball runs out and she's just like gasping for air as like if she couldn't breathe, and she like grabs Utisha. I had the worst nightmare. That was. What are you all doing here?
Tilly, you're okay? You're back way before you went to sleep.
Whoa.
We've all had horrible nightmares.
I thought I messed up the spell, like real bad. Maybe it caused, because I never did it before. I just read it from this, which is kind of like this weight on my shoulders or whatever, and then it's like I don't know what happened. Are we charmed, or does anyone know?
I will cast Identify over 10 minutes as we're doing this on Tisha,
Mm-hmm.
because I think she might be kind of like the most affected by anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it only object? I thought it said objects or creature, but it might only be objects.
Yeah.
There is a
You can see
thing at the
him.
bottom.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
If you
bottom.
instead touch a creature throughout the crossing, you learn this. So, as you take a few moments and kind of focus on Tisha, you get. I'll give you with the Identify spell. I'll give you an Arcana check at advantage. Oof.
30.
Okay. It's strange. There are elements of like enchantment and illusion that seem to be like emanating from Tisha. You've cast like detect magic in her presence before tonight and not found any such resonance. But both of those strands of illusion and enchantment magic seem to be in a language of Hemocraft. You don't know of the spell. It's not a spell that you could cast that you've ever seen, but it's definitely a magical effect. It seems to be emanating from Tisha.
Okay, and then just to rule it out, I'll try the same on myself, or yeah, I mean, just to see if we
You
have the
get a
same
similar aura, but it's not as strong.
effect. Okay, so it does seem to be affecting all of us, but mainly Tisha, kind of.
Certainly stronger with Tisha than with you.
I briefly tell everybody what my dream was. Just the gist of it.
Tisha asks, is that your like? Do you like have your worst fear? Is that your worst fear?
Well, I mean, the book being this burden that might crush me and prevent me from doing what I really want to do is definitely on my mind at the moment. Because I got a job I didn't apply for, which was weird. So it's definitely up there. Anything I guess that would stop me from getting my family back is going to be high on my list of fears. So yeah. And yours was what was yours about, Tisha?
Well, I mean, there was so many parts to it. I basically disturbed a wedding, thinking it was Freddie getting married. It wasn't Freddie. It was Zetsu and some elven 16-year-old who I don't know.
It's unclear under the veil, but you think maybe half elven.
Half elven 16-year-old with a very fierce father that said to me, I had my chance. Now it's his daughter's chance. And then all the undead turned on me, and I cast Firebolt. But she grabbed at me, and then I woke up. It was awful. I guess it's not my worst fear, though.
You provided the fireworks for that. That's really nice of you, Tisha.
Yes. Thanks, Natalie. Makes me feel
So
better.
so what? He did say he was gonna come out after us, right? In our dreams. That was the last thing he said before he.
Yeah.
If he did that, I can probably understand mine. He just wanted us disturbed and scared, and reds and I does Mir also brief us on more or less what it was?
Yeah.
So those three I can understand. They are fears. So disturbing and disconcerting and shaking us in our resolve to go after him. But with you, it's kind of weird, right? It's like, what would be the reason for him to create and push this dream on you that says effectively you're off the hook?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like if he is, casting you aside and then marrying a new, better prophet bride or whatever, like, why even bother with us anymore?
Because he's trying to create a FOMO, fear of missing out there. Tisha, that's what he's trying to do. He's saying like, nah, don't need you anymore. I got this nice bread. And maybe that's what his game is. He wants you to feel like, but that's
Really feel that?
you also said one thing that you said that he was like surprised. Did you say he was surprised almost to see you there, or like shocked, or?
Mm.
And he was like, "What are you doing here?" Kind of
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
If that wasn't, if that wasn't a
Wait.
play,
Did I go into his dreams?
yeah. What if you did something?
Oh. Well, that feels disturbing but powerful.
Or like
Oh.
that. That would mean we could have.
I just gave him a nightmare. If that's true.
No, but the thing is, you might have come across some truth. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe he did find somebody. And how did this girl look like? Can we draw her?
If there are tools at hand, which there will be because it's a Miracle House mansion, Tisha will begin to sketch.
Okay.
I would like to help.
How are you going to assist Tisha?
I think best thing would be to cast enhance ability. I'm gonna give her dexterity advantage.
Okay. Well, I was going to give her 2 skill checks.
Okay. Well, I can only choose one, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that there will be some dexterity involved in one of them at least. So
The first one is history, because
Okay.
you're remembering.
remembering.
27.
Her face is burned into the back of your mind.
You close
With
your
a
eyes and you see her.
With a crit, you can have. Sorry, what does enhance ability do again?
Advantage.
Oh, well, I will give you. It wasn't going to be a dexterity one; it's going to be a performance one, because that's creative, isn't it? But I'll give you the advantage on the performance check. So you've not lost anything there. Oh my god!
My god! This is freak.
What is happening?
This thing is broken. There's 3 crits in a row.
Okay.
Okay.
So Tisha, using the materials and the kind of prompts from Tilly, you sit there sketching a likeness of this girl. And to one person in this room, the image is unmistakable. Red, you don't really recognize the Tilly. You never seen this girl before. Mia, do you have any clue who this might be?
I don't think so.
Lucas seems to think he knows. Go on.
It might be a completely long stretch and wrong way, but the first thing when you mentioned the father and the daughter, I thought of Tara.
You can have a point of inspiration. Tara learned spell.
Shit.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Tisha, you never met this girl. Mia is the only one who knows who Tara learned spell is, and despite Kirsty not knowing, with those checks, Mia, you would definitely know. It's an unmistakable likeness, perfect in its conceptualization and execution.
Yeah.
Critically successful. Mir, what is it? You
Oh,
look
sorry.
Like
Yes, I'll
you-
say who it is.
you look like you've seen a ghost.
That's Tara Lone Spell. I'm sure of it. But she's gone. She died.
Oh my god. You know, I was just thinking. I mean, we met with Lone Spell the whole thing, and he sent us off, and he's against Dendar and everything too. But and then what you just said, like, you know, his daughter, she died, and I was thinking, why would Lone Spell suddenly side with Zetsu? And I mean, I know it's just a dream, Tisha. Like, it's just a dream. It's just scary. But what's the only thing that Lone Spell would like change his whole allegiance for?
That's a dream. That's a nightmare I would have sent if he was doing it. That's the nightmare I would have sent to Mir, who would have recognized the significance of it. I don't think it was him, or I don't think he was in control. I think this is Tisha that snatched a piece of information that he definitely didn't want us to have.
So, but does that mean that if he's marrying Lone Spell's daughter, then she gets revived? And
she is the instrument of Dender's release, and Lone Spell probably decided to switch sides.
yeah,
Or
I mean,
or make
from
a, you know,
secondhand what I've learned about Lone Spell, like all he really cares about more than anything is being reunited with his daughter, right?
he was there in that cave with the dead dragon, right? And he told you, Mir, that he was expecting you to, or us to help him to stand with him against Dendar, right? Our coming of Dendar. He said that we might be allies in this. And then did he not, I might be remembering this wrong, but did he not like expect some commitment from you that you didn't give? That we said
Mia spurned the alliance.
that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
So he decided, fuck it, I'm going the other way.
Well, but it wasn't left in a way that's where I thought he would immediately go and do something like that. But also, I can't trust him.
That's the way.
And I don't think he's immediately gone and done something like this. I think you've seen a glimpse into a plan. Because for him to marry Tara, is Tara not in his lamp, which
Tara's
as a
soul
lich-
is in his
Tara's-
lantern.
in his lantern, which is his phylactery.
Is
that the right word, though?
That is the right word, yeah.
This gets
We
fucking,
suspect,
this
but
gets
we
so
don't.
confusing right now. It's unbelievable. There clearly must be some things that she is taking off on the list of requirements.
Yeah, that's just freaky. That's just such a freaky person to pick in that dream, you know? Like, it's not just like a a random important noble
This-
or
This meant nothing to Tisha in the moment, right? In the moment, you weren't like, oh no, Tara or Lone Spell are gonna
Yeah,
be
you
against
never-
it. Like this didn't work for you until we figured it out. That's why I think it doesn't make sense that this was a deliberate thing from Zetsu to create, because he would have had to anticipated that you will remember the face properly, you will draw it, and then that mirror will recognize it, and then we'll follow from there. It seems like such a stretch.
I still had like a conviction that I was going to be late though. There was still like something spurring me on.
I mean, maybe the point of his
Tisha.
dream was that you were late and you missed your chance, but it's just that in his head, the chance that he's taken on this next person, like, it's not important that you know who Tara is, it's just that's who it is in his head, you know?
Tisha, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh fuck! Come on, crit again.
Ooh.
With a 30, you feel lightheaded at the possibility that did you invade Zetsu's mind? Did he invade your mind? Is this what's happening? Is it a plan? Is it a threat? What is it? And you find yourself absent-mindedly twirling a ring around your finger.
Mm.
Which is
The share soul ring thing.
what's it
Maybe
called, really?
Sun Eater's mind.
The Sun Eater's mind.
And
What-
does that pull me back? Like absent minded?
Yeah, you are with a 30. You're focusing on it. Maybe it's the source of your connection to Zetsu. Maybe you
And
can see into his mind.
Yeah, okay. I think I mentioned this ring before, you guys. So she'll look down at it and say, wait, I think this is the key, this ring. I think you're right, Tilly. I
You
think I can get into his dreams.
you that
I've walked into some dreams I would rather have not walked into in my time, but I've never
I mean,
dreamed it would be someone like Zetsu that would...
I think maybe
I'm not
what
jealous.
happened. Yeah, maybe what happened was, I mean, his intention was to invade our dreams and mess us up, and that's what he tried to do. And when he hit you, your connection made that, different, and that's why he was so shocked and like.
so he was trying to do something else, but I broke into his.
I think so. What did you say it started with?
Me waking up at home, childhood bedroom, in a rush.
Yeah, and all of our dreams were kind of similar. They started sort of like innocuous, maybe a little weird, like empty rooms or empty corridors or whatever. But they got gradually creepy to the point where it was that sort of thing. And your dream started that way.
Maybe I was meant.
But
I
then
was meant to see Freddy, but it turned out to be him.
maybe that's where it broke.
Yeah.
Maybe you were supposed to see Freddy marrying someone else, and that would freak you out, and that would be the scary thing that would mess with your head. But then
Well, I did become really bolshy in the moment.
maybe
and
that's
angry.
when you broke it. That's when you broke it, and it became his mind. And that's why he was shocked. Like, what are you doing here? And why is?
Yeah. But there's some effect here, like I'm wrapping up the identify. It's enchantment, illusion, but I think it's brought on by Hemocraft. I can sense it on me too, but not on the same as you. I mean, I love pushing buttons at the wrong times, but do you think we should maybe try and dispel this or not?
Dispel the ring.
Just this effect that seems to be on you. If I'm having, like, as she's demonstrating with the ring and I'm doing the identify, does it like go, oh, it's the ring that's doing this? Or is it an effect on her?
I will give you another Arcana check. Oh no, with the previous crit, I will tell you that yeah, it's centered on the ring.
Okay. So, this is weird. It is centered on the ring, but there's kind of a residual effect on us as well. I wonder if maybe just because we were sleeping nearby, it just sent our dreams weird, and we've all kind of under the effect of it a little bit.
I think he would have come for your dreams anyway. No?
You know, yeah, he would for sure. It's just that I identified on myself. There's kind of a little bit of this residual enchantment and illusion here as well, but I think maybe it begins with that ring.
Do I know the full effects of the ring and what it can do?
No idea.
No.
I mean, mechanically, what it tells you in the item description, you can. I'm pretty sure. Let me just. Do you want to paste the item?
Yep, I can do that. I'll paste the description of the item. Because if I knew some of that, I would be. I think it's an advantage to use in battle or at some point against him, and
or to find. I mean,
but also a scary one because he can do it back.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So yeah, you have an idea about how it works. It in terms of its connections to the dreams and nightmares, and that that's a little bit more mysterious.
The next attack you make against the creature for the end of your turn is automatically a critical hit. Shit. That's cool.
I mean, this definitely means you can. Yeah, it sounds like it comes from you. Like you were the one that pierced into someone's dreams. You know, where was it? This church? It's the same place you went to school.
Yeah, like back in the old village.
Well, in Einelian.
Cobbled stones, ringing bell, picturesque.
I hate the idea, but do you think that's somewhere we should try and be? I mean, it's a dream. Sometimes locations get mixed up with circumstances, so maybe it's not significant.
Yeah,
That location, maybe that's just because it was part of what was in your head, but at the same time, I don't know, can we rule out that maybe that's where a ceremony takes place if Zetsu just tried to find another bride?
Unless it's a trap to get me there.
Yeah, that's the other fucking thing.
Mir, you don't think you could, send a message to him and ask him what the fuck?
Who's Zetsu or Lone Spell?
Lone Spell.
Okay.
Oh.
That's kind of where my mind was going next, honestly.
I don't.
Or is there any way to just... Do you have anything where you can just kind of locate him or try and learn where he is or anything like that without having to kind of try and message him?
I mean, I could try and scry on him. Feel like it's unlikely to work.
Yeah.
I don't
Tara?
think we have enough to say to reach out and talk to
No.
him.
That's awkward.
It's like, hey, Lone Spell, we just had a dream that your dead daughter is actually marrying the snake guy to bring about. Is it? What's up? What's going on? Tell us. So he didn't give us anything in that cave to like contact him or anything. I don't think he did.
No.
No. Crazy.
I don't know.
We can say this conversation has occurred as you're all kind of taking in a really hearty breakfast, prepared
Very
by
hearty.
the spectral halflings.
Yeah, lots of scones and cream and jam and everything. All of that sweet breakfast.
Before it's over, I want to say something else. My dream was obviously set at home, where we've been recently, and something happened there, and I haven't really told you about it. I told Freddie a couple of days ago in the hope that the information would get out there, but he's good with a secret. Look at Freddie.
He's got a mouthful of pancakes and he just put his thumb up.
So on our last night, I stayed up with Zima, with my mother, and she told me that this sounds dramatic, that I'm not really who I look like. And I'm not really her daughter.
Oh.
Yeah. So I am still Madani's daughter.
Okay.
But that I came from someone who didn't want me. And he made a wish. And that wish ended up with me becoming this, looking like this, and winding up at home in Zargrandula. And it's a lot to take in because it makes me not really know who I am. And that dream last night really hit home, like wandering around my home place, and there was no one there for me.
So who should you be? Who are you?
That's a bit brutal. She's Mir. She's always been Mir.
You'll
and,
always, yes, not in that way. Just if you're not you.
Look, you weren't born Genasi?
No. I think I was born a half elf.
Okay. There's lots of that going around. You don't have sudden urge to marry anybody with fangs, do you?
No.
Good.
No. This is who I am. I am Genasi, but the big part of this
Oh, that's what this wasn't. Okay.
is that apparently my mother is Alasra Silverhand.
Click,
that?
click, 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 click.
I look at Red.
What?
Who's that?
She's she's one of the she's one of the daughters of Mistra.
Oh,
What?
so you're the granddaughter of Mistra.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Literally, when she poops, it's holy shit. Wow. So you're you okay. That puts you even
Alasra,
closer with
she's
Mistra.
and just correct me if I'm wrong on this, DM. She's one of the 3 members of the CCC head, otherwise
As an
known
undead
as
spectre of her former self.
yeah.
Yes.
What do they call her? The witch's hand, or what is it? She
Uh,
has a title.
she is the Witch Queen of Algorand.
Yeah.
What is that? So she's dead? So your mom is dead?
I
So
mean,
you found out you've got a different mom, and then you found out straight away that she isn't alive anymore. That's pretty sad. Are you okay? Do you need a hug? Do you need more shoving?
I mean, she dead
Chuffins,
as
yes.
far as I don't know, like lone spell, like he's kind of fucking active.
She must have known about you, right?
Yeah, she would have done.
As,
Why?
please correct me, Dan, if I'm wrong about this. But I'll say that as far as Zima knew, and I know, is Alasra didn't want me.
I would say that that's a logical conclusion that you've both come to, but as in terms of why, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Didn't want you, couldn't keep you.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows which?
I don't know. It probably isn't relevant to what is going on right now, but the dream really shook me up, and I think I felt weird not telling you all.
I think it might be relevant that your nan is like a god. You know what I mean? Could maybe ask her to clear some of these things up because my head hurts
Have
from
you
everything that.
everything we're going through? Have you spoken to Mistress since?
Yeah, back at the house before, where we encountered Zetsu and Gil. Right before we went to bed that night, I had a really strong vision of her.
And did she
But-
say anything?
It was just reassurance. It felt like.
Well, she must have known all along, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And it doesn't change the relationship with Zima.
No,
Makes
No,
you
I think-
think.
somehow this has made us even closer.
Well, that's good.
Makes though if your entire path wasn't thought out and set out for you, before you even born. What made you want to become a cleric of Mistra?
Mm.
Was that your choice, or was that a drive?
A calling from within.
A call.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
It's hard to know. I've wanted this since I was a little girl. Whether that was because it was always in me or because I was surrounded by the KMF, I'm not sure.
It's okay. You're Mir. You're part of the Star Seekers, and don't worry. Let anyone call you a nepo baby. You're fine.
But if you're half elf, you're connected to this.
That's how I was
Maybe.
born, but Madani made a wish, and wish spells are tricksy and powerful. So maybe
There's no half elf left in you.
maybe he changed who I am in the same way that seemingly Red has had that changed about her.
Hey, you're sort of like
Twinsies.
sisters in that regard, closer than even before. You both had a major transformation. That's pretty
The
cool.
nightmare I had, it was it was being taken away. It was burning away from me at all. I was back to red skin underneath.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like someone's fucking with our heads.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be?
Just look out the window and there's a glimmer of like a huge DM screen.
The time gets on, and one of you, what I guess above the table. What's your plan next? I enjoyed listening to all of that, by the way.
It
It's
was
wonderful.
lots of fun. Yeah.
Well, I also catch everyone up on this whole thing with the crest, and because I only really discussed it with Tilly.
Yeah.
So same conversation. You know?
Speaking of demigods,
yeah.
Speaking of demigods, look, here's probably another one who maybe was in the cahoots with giants against the snake god, but we're not sure. Maybe he's secretly actually worshipping the snake god, and he was just fooling everybody.
That's what's so tricky about knowing who to trust with like elves and stuff. Like, you don't know where the Cerulea begins or ends, and the elves begin, and who's on a good side and who's not. And in Felidrandor, they were worshipping quote unquote Corellon, and it was all Cerulea stuff. I mean, I think we need to find out more clues about what this link is, like with this seal, and if there's any clue as to what's happening with like us arriving here now, and if that's affecting anything.
You think I triggered the giants?
It's
arrival?
Just total one theory, like, but you have that market so similar, and then when you arrive,
you tripped an invisible wire.
Yeah, it just, this myth that I've read loosely about, that there was some agreement between Ithildon and the giants. We were talking about it before we went to bed, and just wondered, if there was some connection, if there's some lore, if there's some ancient pact, I don't know, and just maybe you being here kind of interrupted or activated something. But if it is connected, then it seems significant that this giant went, and I just point vaguely like that away.
We need to catch up with Naeem, but
yeah,
I can't
we need to know where
triggering
it's
this
going.
Yeah, I can't be triggering this wherever I go.
Well, hopefully it won't.
If this is the right theory.
I mean,
yeah.
It's just like a thread, to follow, I guess.
It might maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe it's only about the city, or
where are we now?
Maybe we just need to get out. So we're in interdimensional space created by the spell for another few hours. We did it in the late evening, so it's 24 hours. So if this is sort of semi-morning, maybe PM, right? We have probably a few more hours. The entrance to this thing is in the middle of an empty warehouse inside Ulisari.
Inside where we were. Okay, so A, I may have done this, but B, this also maybe gives away that we're here.
Yeah. I mean, that is if it's connected, that it was once you arrived. Could also be kind of weird in the other way, that something was kind of destined to happen here, and we just serendipitously like showed up at the right time, which is kind of like, maybe that's also part of a weird kind of prophecy. Like, I feel like out of control with where we end up, it's like almost like Zetsu's pulling the strings and we're not with wherever we go next. It's freaking me out.
Well, maybe that's why the blood moon was sent. Maybe there was something.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe it was just the blood moon and everything that's going on recently, or some shit that Zetsu did, and that's why the giants came out of the water and freaked out. But it just also happens that you also show up at the same time, which is like also kind of weird in a prophecy type of way,
Okay.
So I don't know. I guess
everybody's fates seem to be laid out before them.
Yeah.
You start to question your own agency. Are you now on a path that has been laid before you, or are you trying to
Being
forge your own
corralled,
path.
like
Do our
cattle.
choices even matter? Also, just to add to this whole pile,
The pile is big.
the pile is pretty big. But one more thing, I know we had an extremely difficult night and terrible nightmares and whatever. But I also, for some reason, feel a lot stronger this morning. Does anyone else
Feel
share
like
this
I
feeling?
couldn't be any stronger.
Well, I will say you have all leveled up and you've all got the benefits of a long rest, except you all have 1 level of exhaustion.
I thought you might say that. Yeah, that
I
makes
already
sense.
had one.
Yeah, you keep yours.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you a 2nd level just now.
Thanks.
Dun dun dun.
Stronger but weaker.
Yeah, stronger but weaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I really need to get out and get some early sunlight as well. If we can get out of here, it's not too late.
all right. So about the plan, we will reach out, or Mir will, in her gracious spellcasting form, reach out to Nain to find out where she is and what she's doing, and then potentially we go wherever that is, or we could also have the but we could also go back to the temple, but maybe without Tisha, and ask them for access to books. Right? Is that what you wanted?
I'm happy
I
to stay here.
guess it's a weird. They're weird. They freak me out. Those like that whole thing that went down in the grove and stuff. I don't know if it's a good place to be or not, but I'll take out a drawing of the. I'm gonna get. Is it Ithildon's?
Ithildin Irkano is the crest.
The crest, yeah. And I'll make a drawing of it or whatever, and I'll pass it to Tisha.
We need like a pin board with like the pictures and the
Well, I'll
the
give
lines.
you this sort of thing, and I'll just say like,
Dandar.
it's up to you to decide for yourself. Like, and I kind of like, hold it up and like brush your hair past to look at like, the similar sign on your neck. Yeah, and I'll just hand it you, and I'll let you draw your own conclusion on it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If you want to try and chase that up, or I guess we just keep our eyes open. But yeah, maybe we should first contact Nain.
Oh, I think I found the crest file. I was looking at it in my notes, but I can post it, I think, in the Discord. Yeah. The similarity is quite plain there, I think.
That is very nice.
And the one that's actually on Tisha's mark with all the runes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know any translation for these runes or anything? Like, did we have?
Tisha already worked out that it's a combination of Hemocraft and Nethermancy.
Okay, so do the runes kind of
They're
like
not
read
words.
anything, or is it just more a descriptor of those types of magic? Like,
yeah, it's not really a language. It's just magic symbology.
Yeah, like glyphs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, Red, did you say you were just popping out while everybody else sorts themselves out because you need the dawn light?
I'll try to get some dawn light and step out and just check if it's safe. We don't even know if the whole place is burnt down since we've been in here.
As you open the door into the warehouse, I want you to make a perception check.
It's like nuclear hall where the city used to be.
21. Yeah, it's just barren.
There's 21. There's two things that you see. Number one, it's kind of like a gift basket almost that has been left in the warehouse, very plain and in plain sight. Hold on. you well, yeah, it looks like mainly bottles. If you go over to inspect it further, you would see just a note on a little gift tag that says, "Thank you for saving the Starfall Tavern."
Oh.
And there are 4 really nice looking bottles of some kind of alcohol, but like properly gift wrapped. And the labels on each one you can see are really, really old. Next to the gift basket is a singular lantern, similar to the ones that you were all using during the ceremony last night. A note attached to this particular lantern says, I hope that the young lady has made a full recovery. May this lantern guide your way. And it looks like a particularly fancy lantern as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing you see, this little gift basket full of stuff. Seemingly, these people found out where to find you in the night. It is morning as dawn breaks over the horizon with your perception check. Big shadow passes overhead. You'd have to step outside to see.
Yeah, I'd
what it
step
was.
outside anyway. Yeah, I'll have a look up.
As you step out onto the pier, you see a gold dragon flying overhead in the same direction that the giant was walking just yesterday. They are flanked by 2 other dragons. Just make a nature check for me.
18.
Yeah, with an 18, you see a blue one and a green one.
Blue and green.
Mm-hmm.
For Volti and Kali.
Yeah.
He got him.
Yeah,
He got him.
meeting with the Primarchs of Pain went well.
Yeah, must have.
Well, he got 2 of them. Wow, yeah, I've just take this in and just like then almost completely forget what I was here to do, and then suddenly probably like dash over and look at the sunlight and oh shit, I've got to make a prayer. And I'll try to replenish the Book of Lathander a little bit. Which I just have to roll for the charges, which is...
Oh, you said he got 2 of them, but the third one is Sendeth, right? That's the undead now that was controlled by Lone Spell. So he could have
presumably
only
there's
gotten
also the
2.
red dragon that none of us know about in game, I think.
Maybe.
The red dragon was never described as one of the Primarchs.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, 9 charges. Right. Okay. So. Yeah. Well. Yeah. So let me just put these charges on. I mean, I'll rush back inside with the news. I'm not gonna like touch the gift baskets or anything just yet, but I'll just get everyone, or unless everyone's coming out, obviously.
That's up to you guys. Is Red coming back in, or are you all going out?
Well, I think we're maybe Mir wants to do her thing in the meantime.
Yeah, if you're still doing stuff and preparing in there, I'll just come back in and just There's a gift basket out there, one with some very nice looking alcohol, and a lantern was also left by those freaks at the Grove. And also, I saw dragons. Dragons are flying
Dragons?
overhead in the same direction as where that giant went.
Whoa.
I'm trying to remember the gold dragon's name. It would begin with an A.
Yeah, Agairon.
Agairon?
I think it was Agairon. Yeah.
Aura? No.
What him?
I thought it was Aura something, but
Oh no, it was Oranax. You're right.
Oranax.
Sorry.
Oranax.
I'm thinking of the staff of Agairon. It's a different thing. It controls gold dragons.
Anyway, 3 dragons flying after the where
Oranax,
the town went.
it looks like he did his meeting. He got 2 dragons with him, chromatic ones.
Is this a good thing?
From what Oranax told us, that's a good thing. If he's still alive and they're following him without them being in a fight, then yeah. But he's heading the same direction as where that giant went.
Shit is going down.
Something's
we should go
definitely
there?
going down.
We need to go there.
Yeah, we need to find out what Nain's seeing as well. She's already, presumably, halfway there, I guess.
Yeah.
oh, you want me to do this?
I would
you're
love
the
to
only one
myself. I
with the
don't have
spell.
that spell.
What am I asking? What do you want?
Oh, well, we're just trying to find out where Nain is. Yeah, because we sent her. She was on the trail of the giant.
Oh, okay. I will cast sending to 9.
Does the targets for the sending spell have to be on the same plane of existence?
Ooh, one moment. I don't think so, because I talk to home quite a lot. If the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Yeah, cool. Roll a d20.
Oh my god.
Okay. What do you say?
9, it's me. Where are you? How are you doing? Tell us everything.
In 25 words or less.
Mhm.
She replies, "Hey, got to the pillar last night. Whatever ritual was going on here, it's over. The giant went towards the Jade Lake."
Basin.
Do you want to meet there, or should I come back to you?
I'll confer with everyone, but I assume we should meet there.
I think so.
Yeah. Not really any point waiting for her to come back, right?
I'll cast another sending and ask her to meet us there.
You got it. I think it's a couple of days away. I'll see you there.
I think we can make it a day. If you're all happy to transform into some giant eagles and do some flying.
Wow.
Yeah?
Let's try and catch up with the Oranax.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean dragons, might be difficult. But we can definitely do that. Do we have anything else to do here? Does anybody wanna do anything else?
I can just spend a few more minutes and maybe identify this lantern that was left. And
Cool.
maybe even those drinks. I mean, just call me paranoid, but I also did it.
You do
Hey,
that as a
paranoid.
ritual?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 4 bottles of wine that you were left are all magical.
Ooh.
If I just give you the item, even with the identify spell, it will ruin it.
Okay.
So I will tell you with the identify spell, you discover that this wine gives you. This wine is directly from the young man that was with Tisha, whose
Bard.
name I can't remember.
Elnion.
Elnian.
Yep.
So it's from Elnion, and he says that this is the wine that he was drinking in a note, and you get the impression read through your identify spell that it can give you a glimpse into people's destiny.
Ooh.
Dude. Let's throw it out. I don't want to know.
The lantern. I will just give you. This is a Moonseeker's lantern of safe returns.
Oh.
I'll tell you. I mean, you can add it red if you want, or whoever. It says, while holding the lantern, you can use an action to speak its command word. The lantern floats 2 feet away from you at shoulder height and sheds a bright light in a 30-foot radius sphere and dim light for additional 30 feet. You and any of your companions within the 30 feet of the lantern, while shedding, can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. And it also it's because it's from a different source book. It has an ability in the Shadow Fae, but I'm going to ignore that for now.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Pretty good. But I hope this light doesn't like hurt Tisha.
I mean,
Do we test it
sure.
in a
Well,
safe environment?
someone needs to attune to it.
Oh, I'm full.
What about Freddy? Do he have attunement slots?
Freddy, how many attunement slots have you got?
Freddy, what do you got?
Freddy, what you got?
Can Freddy... Oh, yeah, Freddy can attune to it if you want.
Sure, I'll hand it to him. It could be useful.
Okay.
If you got a sheet to save it onto, so I can...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
At this level, we're just giving items to NPCs.
It's not what I intended, but yeah, sure.
Well, at least it's with us, you know, and
Yeah.
we can make use of it. We could always still grab it.
Yeah, it's fine. Uh-huh.
What's the command word?
Coralon. Anybody feel like some breakfast wine? Or
We can't have it right now.
We
can't start the day off drinking, not on a day like today.
Dishes up.
I just want.
You up for it?
I just want to say.
Didn't finish last time.
Can I just say? My dad always said, "Don't drink and fly." So.
Yeah.
I would be sort of opposed to doing this right now.
Okay, you said that, but Tisha said she was up for it. So, Tisha, I would like you to roll.
You're just gonna have to carry me, Tilly. Okay.
No worries.
Where's it gone? I'd like you to roll 10d20.
That can't be good.
Okay. I need you to make a note of all of those dice rolls. Because in any order that you choose, they are your next 10 d20 rolls.
Whoa.
Damn.
As you sip the wine, in a similar way to Mears Portent, you just get a very clear feeling of what your destiny is. And your destiny seemingly is to follow those dragons.
They're my next 10 dice rolls.
They are your next 10 d20 rolls. Yeah. You can choose which ones, but cross them off as you go.
Oh, so unlike Portent, she won't actually roll anything. She will just pick one of the 10.
Well, she just rolled them all.
Yeah. What I'm saying, yeah.
In the moment.
In the moment.
Yeah. So you will choose
so
cool. If you want your next attack to be a natural 20, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
you've rolled okay. You know,
Not bad. Look,
Not
only
bad.
4 and
Death
5 to
save
worry about.
or a charisma
Yeah.
save or something like that. Oh,
Oh shit.
So you can all add. Well, Tisha's just drank hers, but the rest of you can add this item. This is wine of the starry void.
I was going to drink as well, but I cannot if that's better.
No, of course you can.
Wait.
You can roll your 10d20.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't hear that you were going to do that. Oh, 2 natural
Ooh.
20s.
Dude.
Good rolls.
Yeah. Taking a drink, you feel like you're stepping out of Savras's shadow and into your own demigod status.
Cool.
Nice.
But I can still use my portent as well.
Yeah.
As normal.
Mm-hmm.
but you can't do any normal
to replace
rolls.
a roll.
Yeah,
'Cause
probably
they're
not on the
already-
next 10
You
rolls.
have to
Yeah.
use these in the next 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's still, but you can still replace somebody else's roll with a portent roll.
Yes.
Mm.
That's gonna
Just making it with him.
that's gonna be fun. I wonder what your strategies are gonna be like. Use up the low one first, or use up the best ones, and then just like pray you don't have anything important to do at the end. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So if we're good, well, I can cast a spell that's called Animal Shapes, which will give us ability to transform into like flying eagles, whatever, for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So some proportion of it, obviously, we'll have to rest. But I don't know how much of that 24 hours will be. I mean,
And can you drop that form voluntarily? Or are you stuck in it for 24 hours?
No, I believe you can. Choose any number of willing creatures. You can transform each target. On the contrary, you can use your action to transform willing creatures into a new form. Last the duration or until target drops to 0. You can choose a different form for each target.
So you can drop concentration on it, but when you do, everybody's forms change.
Yeah, I guess it's just yes. So when I cast it, it will be for 24 hours or until I drop concentration. So in the next 24 hours we can be, but I can change it. So like what we could agree before we go is we go into eagle form, fly as long as the eagles can do, I don't know, 8 hours of travel maybe, without then we could land. I could turn us into like pack of horses or a pack of wolves for a rest, and then we'll rest, and then we'll come. This is 24 hours, so yeah, but we'll have to rest in sort of like a beast form. And you could let me know if
I think it's because it's concentration. I don't think you can rest while concentrating on a spell. I think if you rest, you drop conversation. You
couldn't technically sleep.
Sleep.
No, you couldn't.
No. Okay, so it will be basically we travel as long as our forms of giant eagle. I think giant eagle is the fastest flying beast. I believe it's got 90 feet. Flight speed. 80.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we go in a pack of giant eagles. We fly as much as far as we can that direction. And when we have to stop, we'll land, and I'll drop concentration. We'll rest, and I could do it again the next day.
And sorry, how many? What's its fly speed?
It's 80 feet.
It's the same as a ancient gold dragon.
Oh.
So yeah, okay. If that's what you want to do. Anything else anybody wants to do before Tilly turns you all into big birds? No. Okay.
No.
Then, on the harbour side of Ulusari, choosing not to kind of make yourselves known or draw any further attention to yourselves in this harborside city on the edge of enemy territory, you all transform into giant eagles. Do you guys want to get all the stats up and put them in your like extras tab, just because you might need them? Oh shit! I've just exited the Roll20 game. Good. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm just putting giant eagle in my extras.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's giant eagle. Is it? Is that the one you mentioned? Is that challenge level rating of 4 or lower?
Yeah, it's only challenge 1, that one.
Yeah.
I don't think there's. Let me check, but I'm pretty sure there isn't anything better, even if it's a higher challenge.
Do I do this? Add an extra beast companion? No.
Yeah, you can put a beast companion. It's fine. It's not really your companion. It's you for now.
It's in wild shape.
There's wild shape as a thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
whichever.
It didn't come up for me as wild shape.
Giant eagle.
Mm-hmm. There.
Dan, can I just check on those D20s? Do they override exhaustion disadvantage?
Yeah, they are your next D20 roll. So I will say that even if you're rolling at disadvantage, ultimately the roll you get, you choose from that. It's the power, foresight overrides exhaustion, I would say.
Yep, makes sense to me. Cool.
Oh, actually, thinking about it, just before we do change, I could use Greater Restoration. How many times? Got up to 3 Greater Restorations, like max, which uses up everything I've got in the Blood of Lathander.
3 restorations, so
I think I'll do at least one. I'm going to cast on myself just for the exhaustion. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that as well, because the other you managed to use your spell from Lathander to clear the spores from your lungs.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you could try to do that for me as well.
So if I use 2 charges, 10 charges for 2 spells, I'll cast one on myself and one on you.
Yeah, I'll keep the exhaustion. I just want.
Okay, can you only remove one thing?
I'm not sure. I think
I would say yes.
It's a spell, probably.
Great Restoration, 1 effective, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, 1
Any
effect
reducing
targets.
Ability score.
Yeah, I think you just choose 1. So yeah, I'll keep my exhaustion, but I'll assuming it works, Dan.
If it worked on Red, it will work on you.
That's 26 hit points back. Remember how much I got hit?
Yeah.
That was so bad.
Okay, so I don't have exhaustion.
Okay. Would you mind if we took just 2 minutes?
Sure.
Quick comfort break. All right.
Yep.
I'll see you momentarily. Be back. All right. So, embarking from Ulasari as giant eagles, our party make their way to rendezvous towards the Jade Basin, this drained and excavated dig site that used to be a lake. I reckon with your fly speeds, you'll probably meet. You will probably meet Nain there. She's already spent the past entire day trekking in that direction. She just has to cut through a small bit of forest, whereas you guys have got that whole bay to fly over. We should probably do a travel encounter, though, shouldn't we?
Oh, no.
So bear with me 1 second.
I was talking to Lucy before. I was saying that Tilly would have said as we go through, what she would have said, like if we run into any trouble, the first point of strategy would be for everybody to land close together, because if I lose concentration, everybody's falling. So I think that would have been like one strategy that we would have in mind.
Okay.
So, like,
everyone
if
could
we
be cognizant of
get
that.
chased or something, we would just go low to the ground and try and
Just go low and then possibly possibly land if we have to. If we get engaged, we should probably land and then.
Here we go. Okay, Lucas, seeing as it's your spell, I'm going to get you to roll a D100.
You're going to tell me what I want? Low, high?
I've got no idea.
All right. Okay. Cool. In the dark. Okay, go for it. 83.
Might roll a few of these. You are all flying across this expanse towards the Jade Basin. There's a beautiful kind of coastline to your left. You're heading more towards the trees and over some hills. Given that plan that you've just kind of said to each other, make sure you land if you see anything untoward, you kind of keep low to the ground. So you don't have to go too far, kind of stealth in it. I will give everybody advantage on a stealth check, given that that's your strategy.
Okay, Giant's Eagle stealth is just his dex, which is +3.
So you get a +3 to this roll. Obviously, if you've drunk the wine, then you have to choose one of your existing D20 rolls.
Um,
19, 14.
It's like a game now for you ladies, right? It's like, what am I going to choose?
It's the number, and then we add.
Add 3 to the D20 number that you choose, and then cross it off your list.
All right,
I'm going
go for it.
to go 14 plus 3, so 17.
And
I'm going to go 11 plus 3, so 14.
So 2 14s, a 19, and a 17. Okay, hold on. You guys all fly very low. And you, given that there's like tree cover, you kind of get in the canopy. You seemingly successfully evade detection. You've all got, as giant eagles, quite high passive perception, I think. What's your wisdom scores or perception skills?
Yeah, it's 19 plus 4. Perception, passive perception of 20.
Yeah, you've all got really sharp eagle eyes, so I'm not going to make you roll. You would all see. Through the forest, there is, high in the canopy, there's an object moving not as quickly as you. You mistake it for a strange bird. But as you fly closer, this bird is not a bird, it's a object that has wings. And yeah, maybe 35 feet up in the canopy of the trees, it's a chest that's seemingly flying in the same direction that you all are.
A chest.
A flying chest.
Oh god, yeah, I'm getting closer. I want to see what that is. It's a flying mimic. I want to see it.
If you get closer, it doesn't look like a mimic. It looks like an enchanted object, maybe an object that has been animated or that's been given these wings. It could also be a spell, like a speedy courier spell. Level 20 characters would know that spells like that exist. So it might be taking something somewhere. Do you leave it alone or tackle it, or?
I want to know what it is. It's a flying chest. It'd be fun as heck, but I don't think Tilly would be like. I think we have a thing that we need to do, and I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna not do it, but I'm gonna observe if anybody else wants to.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything with the flying chest?
I just want to follow along with Tilly because that's kind of like the leader of.
Lucy?
I will. I think I will fly. Okay. Well, sorry. You tell me if you want to do anything else.
I don't. I would exactly. I feel that this is Tilly's. I'd be like, well, I've never been in the sky before.
Okay, so you're just kind of flying in formation still. What about Mia?
I want to go and look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, you with your eyes, you see it's a chest. It looks like it has a lock on it, and it's flying a bit like a Super Mario kind of chest. It's just flying through the air. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'll have a look at it from a distance, but I'm not going to rob it because this is probably someone else's stuff. It's not for me.
Cool.
Yeah, I will lead them information to fly sort of right above it. Mm-hmm. So we just goes right above it, very close, I would say, within like a foot. You know, but probably not mess with it.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's like your morning or one of your morning encounters. I'll get somebody else now. You can choose to roll. Lucy, let's say, could you roll me a D100?
Cool. 28.
28. As you fly through the forest, you begin to see evidence of the giant's destruction, like felled trees, disturbed habitats, and roll me a D12, if you will.
11.
Okay. You see a bear that, like a big old bear, kind of running away. It looks quite distressed. You can all see with your sharp vision. And it seems to be being chased by a large group, nearly a dozen, like mephits, little flappy demon things. They was like harassing this bear.
Oh, survival of the fittest. Carry on. I don't. I feel like that's the bear's got a handle, and we've got a mission here. Yeah, I don't think I can get involved in that.
Okay. The rest of you, do you all come to the same conclusion?
Yeah, I might
tend to
poop. I
agree.
might poop bump the chasers. You know what I mean? I might just poop on them as they fly.
Sure.
No, I don't think
I won't count that as an aggressive action.
No. Although, no.
What about
no,
you, John?
We're going.
I think as much as Good Samaritan to try and help, like we're on a real time crunch for some real world ending shit. So maybe we'll have to.
Okay. So we're now heading into the evening. You can see you are kind of about to crest over some hills in the trees before kind of heading down towards the basin. Kirsty, could you roll me D100?
$76.
76. You notice after you kind of start heading downhill, a number of giant footprints now seem to have gathered at a particular point very recently, and these beings, giant-sized beings, seem to have carved runes into the ground.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll give you, from distance, I'll give you a, well, if you choose to investigate further, I could give you an Arcana check, but it would cost you one of your D20s.
Yeah, I want to do that. I'm a bit confused at the minute because it seems like my giant eagle has different stats to, say, Lucas's giant eagle. I don't understand why.
I think I know. I think I know why. It's because in wild shape, and actually in this spell as well, it specifically says you retain your mental stats, right? So you retain your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. That's why when you added it, I added it as something like flat, and it didn't account for it. But I guess D&D Beyond does it for wild shape automatically. But in any case, our mental stats. So, for example, when we did perception, we had to add our perception, not the eagles. It's just because our or
so
maybe
what's Kirsty doing wrong? Has she added it as a wild shape or as a beast companion?
you said you added it as a wild shape, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. If you did beast companion, that would have just been a flat. But actually, she did it correct. Because this spell works the same way as wild shape. So that bit.
So we are going to have different stats for stuff.
We are going to have different mental stats. Yeah.
Got it.
Arcana is intelligence, right?
Yeah. So I have +6 for Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna roll.
Still your brain. It makes sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll a 16, so get a 22.
Yeah, with a 22 Arcana, it seems as though these runes have cast a form of the enlarge spell. So these giant footprints you can now see as you crest over have enhanced the size of these giants even more.
Oh my god. But I can't communicate this to anyone, can I?
No. So now you are following these huge footprints down towards the Jade Basin. I'll give John, you one roll of this D100 before we make our landing and you guys rest.
5.
5. That's a really good roll. Hold on. What are you doing this to me for? Here we are. John, Red, as you are flying through the air, you're at the back of the formation as kind of made as a circle over this runic circle, and Tisha and Tilly carry on. You, with your perception, you feel something flying up behind you.
I will, I don't know, make some kind of noise, like cawing noise or whatever, to draw attention. At the same time as I'll kind of like, I'll like barrel roll to the side or swoop to the side.
The rest of you hear a caw from behind, and as you look, you see Red do a barrel roll and bank left, as achieving your altitude is a brass dragon. It's seemingly just flying in formation with you. It looks curious.
I'll fly back up into and I've kind of seen this. I'll fly back up into formation, like kind of as in like it's calm, you know, like I'm not panicked. I'll just join back into formation with everyone. Because I mean, I would gather that a brass dragon is probably cool, like as a metallic dragon, like.
It seems to be peacefully flying in formation with you.
Probably cool.
Awesome. Cool. We can't really communicate with it though, can we?
No. It seems to just silently kind of join in with where you're all going until, as you start to reach the precipice of this drained lake, you've all been flying all day, and your wings all begin to tire.
Yeah, I'll as we all feel that, because we will all have the same constitution, because that's a physical stat of the eagle. So we'll pick a good spot to land with some cover.
As you all go to land, we'll see with some cover. I need a stealth check from everybody, which will be another D20 roll from everyone.
Is stealth my stats or the?
No,
No, it's
physical.
Dexterity on the eagle.
3. Oh, not bad.
I will do a 13 plus 3 for a 16.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll an 8 plus 3 for an 11.
Okay. It's a group pass, just. As you all kind of circle and land, the brass dragon lands with you. And he kind of like regards you all. Curious to see so many giant eagles flying in formation.
So this is fun. I am gonna before I drop the spell, I am going to just for fun, I'm going to turn all 4 of us into different animals. I'm going to turn Mir into an elephant. I'm gonna turn Tisha into a giant scorpion. I'm gonna turn Red into a giant snapping turtle. And I'm gonna turn myself into a giant crab.
Okay, hold on.
Do I need to get those stats?
Just to confuse the shit out of this dragon. I don't think we'll be fighting.
Hold on.
I just wanted you to feel what it feels to be an elephant. Yeah.
As you all change, he takes a step back. Even curiouser. Reveal yourself, mage. This is no time for parlor tricks.
Well, okay. Yeah, I will. I will just take a 6-second to revel in my friend's confusion, being these weird animals, and this. I'm smiling as a giant crab, and then I will drop the spell.
Ah, your mortal forms suit you all much better.
How was that, everyone?
Weird.
Yeah. Fun.
Cool. Welcome, friend.
We have never met. I am no friend. Although I sense my brethren breaking over the skies. Was I just imagining it?
Nope, you got that one right.
Our old pal Oranax. Good friend.
Oranax?
Yep.
The great gold one flies again. It has been more than a century.
I'm surprised you're just learning about this. I thought that he would be the one that called you here.
I was awoken
Oh,
by infernal footsteps. Something big.
mm.
What?
Yep.
What news have you of Menelambir?
We don't have much news of what's happening there, but we have some news of what's on the way. We just came from Ulasari, and some giants were awakened there.
Giants?
We fought back some
In
chaos.
Ulasari?
A huge one. I mean, I know giants are huge, but much bigger than the rest. Marched its way straight over the city, and we think towards the Jade Basin.
He puts his nostrils to the sky. The Jade Basin smells rank.
I think there are some other giants that headed that way, and I saw some runes from above that I think made them even larger than they already were.
Gianter?
Even more
gianter?
giant. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's no good.
Lady Hololana will not suffer an incursion toward the Vade Mecum lightly. This Menelambir has not seen the trampled footprints of giants since the time of primordials, since the time of my people.
Has Lady
This is
Hololana
most...
No, sorry, it's okay.
No, please. I've been asleep for a long time.
I think Lady Hololana has stepped back recently.
And she... I might have missed a retirement party. Oh, goodness. I must go. I must send my best wishes. There's lots to catch up on. Thank you for
What's your
informing
name?
me. I am Dracosir.
Tracus. A great name.
It's a really great name.
We're the Star Seekers.
Well met, my eagle friends.
Only sometimes eagles, mostly people.
These tiny bipedal shells you inhabit are much less impressive. However, if there are developments, and you say that the great gold one is nearby, then I shall seek his counsel.
Yes.
I think that's
That was
smart.
going to be my suggestion.
Just so you know, he went straight in a battle, probably. Just FYI. So, if you want to help,
He cricks his neck from side to side. Well, I haven't warmed up yet, but I'm not one to shy away from a good fight. And he exhales just a plume of fire and smoke.
thank you for
that. We shall meet again, my friends. And he takes to the sky once more and kind of does a long bank towards the left, giving the presumed Jade Basin kind of a wide berth. But yeah, good roll. You just rolled another dragon friend.
Awesome.
Nice. 5 is a dragon, and a friendly one at that. So awesome.
Yeah. So you each now are probably a few hundred yards away from the Jade Basin, and you can see now the Jade Basin is an entirely excavated lake with huge mounds of rock that have been excavated in like a quarry fashion on either side. There's so much rock that's been taken out of beneath this lake that it is piled up and cut out into huge towering columns of stone, more or less all the way around the lake, giving the whole place quite good cover and making it quite easy, perhaps, to kind of advance on it without being seen.
So we can't see inside it yet.
No. You can see big stone, excavations, but you can't see down into it.
Okay. So we traveled for how long?
It's now definitely the sun has gone down and it's night. I would say it's probably 8 o'clock. You might have been traveling for the best part of 10 hours. But at full speed without stopping to kind of investigate much. You made good time.
Yeah. Should we just proceed? We're fine without sleeping for a while still, right?
Yeah, you probably have 4 hours or so before you need to go to bed. And of course, you can push through that at the cost of another point of exhaustion, if you wish.
Yeah, I guess that's
I could send a magical eye over there to scout ahead.
I like that.
Yeah, I was going to say that I thought about going invisible, but I feel like it's still risky because you'd still have to be over there, but the eye is much better.
Yeah.
What's the range of the arcane eye?
Oh. There is no limit to how far away from you the eye can move.
Oof.
But
No,
it can see out to 30 feet with normal vision and dark vision.
okay. Now, depending on how far you want to go, will be obviously. I don't think it travels very fast. So it will just be a case of 30.
Yeah,
so
so-
it's normal walking speed, and it can't dash. And you are a couple hundred of feet away from it at the moment. So it probably to get to the edge, and like have a good look around the perimeter and look down from the outside, and to get back, I would say, maybe half an hour.
Doesn't have to get back though, right?
No.
Oh yeah, it can just disappear. But yeah.
But
So
for it to get
15
there,
minutes?
15 minutes
Yeah.
seems
Might
fine.
be worth it.
Think so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll cast Arcane Eye.
Okay. So you kind of sit kind of cross-legged on the ground, and you through your arcane focus produce this orb, and as you finish the incantation, this glowing orb turns invisible, and you open your eyes and they glow kind of like hot pink as this invisible orb moves away from you through the trees towards these piles and columns of stone. Takes you a little while to navigate, but I will give you a perception check. And
All
that's
right.
one of your D20s.
Sure. Not now. I'll use a 19, so I'll have 25, please.
Excellent. It's dark, but it seems as though there are some very sparsely lit torches at this dig site. You see that in order to excavate these columns of stone, this dig must have taken years, decades even. With a 25, you see remnants of worker camps, small worker camps, tiny tents, small footprints, and tools that might have been held by a halfling or a gnome. As you kind of do a lap around the kind of precipice, as far as you can see down, you can see huge tunnels. Like, we're talking a massive underground cave network with the height of the ceiling in some places might be 100 feet. It's huge. With a 25, you hear. Oh, can you hear? I don't think you can hear, actually. No, you can't hear. You see, then it goes darker overhead. And a huge giant is stood on the opposite side to where your arcane eye is. This giant looks up, and the clouds part, revealing a persistent blood moon. while this is happening, Tisha, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, is that a D20?
It is
Yeah.
a D20.
And what is my? Oh, well, I've got plus 12. So I will go for a 15 plus 12.
15 plus 12, 27.
7.
Yeah. You your nose begins to bleed and your skin begins to sting. You don't pass out, but you feel very disorientated. Take another point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
As the clouds part and the blood moon is visible, the giant looks around and looks at a star formation, a constellation of stars, and as it looks up, its eyes flash with pure starlight, and seemingly the constellation that it was looking at with the 25 perception appears on his chest and glows like a magical tattoo. At that point, the giant steps over a huge column of stone and into the huge excavation and disappears into the darkness.
I follow with my eye.
Follow it?
Yeah.
Okay. It gets darker and darker until your eyes just descending into pitch black darkness. You can see nothing more. It says as dark vision out to 30 feet, it becomes difficult to make out any shapes.
Do I think it's magical darkness?
I'll give you an Arcana check if you want that.
No. I'm fine.
Okay. It's
So
extremely.
yeah,
extremely dark.
I'll take it and I'll bath one of my lower ones. I'll use my 6 for a 12 altogether.
Pardon? It's a 12
12.
on an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Yeah. It very well could be. It is unusually dark, and you would expect with that spell to be able to see a bit more than you are doing.
Yeah. Okay.
It could be.
So this huge giant with the constellation on its chest has like gone into like a cave system, which is tall enough to accommodate.
Yeah. If you look, I mean, if we're looking at the world map, think about how big that lake must be. It's like you could fit Aran and Thalor into that lake, which is the Twin Cities. It's one of the biggest cities. Yeah. It's huge.
And is there water there, or is the lake completely drained?
It looks like it's been totally drained.
Wow. Okay. I'll bring my eye back out of the water and
Out of the hole.
out of the hole, sorry.
Yeah.
And keep it there for say another it lasts an hour, but I'll sit and wait for another 15 minutes or something. If I can.
For another 15 minutes, you don't see any other giants turn up, but I would say sticking around there, you see evidence of other giant footprints.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely more than one giant gone down into there.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I like to think that as this is happening, I'm kind of like muttering everything that's going on. Like, you have to be really close to me to hear me. And I'm kind of almost in a bit of a trance, but telling everyone what's going on as I'm seeing it.
Okay. Is anybody paying attention to Tisha? Is everybody paying attention to Mia?
I would have been honestly paying attention to Mia.
Okay.
Unless my passive perception is rubbish, I think. So.
Well, Tilly's, yours is a bit better. You would notice 20. While listening to Mia that Tisha begins to look faint and unwell and bleed somewhat.
Hey, you're right. I'll give you tissue for Tisha. Your nose. You're bleeding.
So
Freddie like comes to you and like cradles you in his arms. Like,
I think I'm just
sorry.
Breathe deeply and like splutter.
This is getting worse since we've been here. Are you? Can anyone do anything for you? Are you? I'm starting to get worried that if we keep going, I'm not sure how long you're going to be able to put up with this.
What is it? What we thought it was the influence of Coralon thing, but this is closer to the. I don't know what's going on with you, Tisha.
I don't either. It's every time I can see the red moon. I need like a protection from it.
Like an umbrella?
Like a big cape. And goggles. Maybe if we are in the tunnels, it won't be as bad.
Yeah. Freddie nods. That's logical.
Hold on a second. Maybe this could help. But I don't know if we have the time for you to. And Tilly will pull out the shadow word. She hasn't been using it for a while due to other magical items, but this is a cloak weaved from Nevermancy. It allows you to be like invisible in darkness and stuff like that. But maybe what it could do for you is, because it's Nevermancy, and you know what I mean. What if this cloak is made of the silk of a dark weaver, a monstrous spider from the Shadowfell? Why don't you just put it on and see what happens? Maybe it'll help.
I mean, I can't attune to it right now, but in game, I'd be willing to put it on.
At this moment, the Shadow Ward gives you a soft comfort as its silk is wrapped around you by Tilly.
Very cozy.
Yeah. I was going to donate it to Mir's temple when we come back, but I don't know if you want to try it. I have no idea if it would help, but it's like you said, I need a protection from the moon. That's the only thing that came to mind. I don't know anything else. I'm sorry.
Well, next time we have, was it 12 hours?
No, it would be 2 hours, right? Oh, do you have a slot free or
no?
No, so you would have to take something off, put that on. So that's 2 hours.
Well, I'll keep it with me.
Yeah, please do. You look really stylish in it.
She's like coughing up blood. Thanks, Tilly.
I could try something, but it might protect you, but you'd be put into sleep. Where's Naeen?
Gonna be here. Gonna be around here soon.
Almost on cue. Not soon enough. Are you okay, Tisha?
Tisha's gonna point at the red moon and say every time.
Sorry, I had to take the long way around. I saw some dragons flying overhead.
Dragons flying overhead. Yeah, we saw them.
Yeah.
They're friendly, we think.
I hope so.
Did you see the giants?
Yeah, well, I took a gamble. I went to the pillar, but it seemed as though the giant had gone off in the other direction. I tried to investigate what had gone on, but it seems as though whatever ritual had taken place there was already over. I was too late. I couldn't make head nor tail of it. Most of the equipment, the components, the elements of the ritual, it seemed were either gone or destroyed. However, when I went to, there was a chest there that was locked. I went to unlock it, and it sprouted wings and flew away. Never seen anything like it before.
At least it didn't attack you.
Yeah, I guess not. Is Mia okay? She looks distracted.
Spying.
Oh, good. What do you want to do? You want to set up camp?
Well, it will depend on what she comes back with. But I don't know.
Nain steps over and does a little wave in front of Mia's eyes.
Pinch her nose or something. And I don't know.
I think at that point the spell would wear off.
Fine.
Oh God! I thought you were out of it. Could you see what I was doing?
No.
Oh, good. That's okay. I was fine. But I'm glad to see you're all okay. Especially you. And she punches Tisha. Okay, maybe you're not that okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, Tisha, you look awful.
Every
She really
time.
does.
The blood moon pops its head out.
Happened
But you
again.
were fine during the day, right? You were okay during the day when it wasn't.
There was no red moon. Yeah.
I think
was
maybe
evening.
that will inform our next action. We probably have to wait it out. Otherwise, we'll have to carry you or risk you getting hurt. Or I think we might have to wait until it's gone. You know.
Get away from seeing it.
So sleep and yeah. But I don't know if we have enough time. Mir, what did you see?
Oh, all I really saw was just one giant, enormous, and it looked up at the stars at a specific constellation. And maybe I'll try and point at whichever constellation it was if I can see it.
Make an nature check.
Cast guidance.
Yeah. You look up at the sky also.
You also look at the sky. I think Mir should have advantage with everything to do with stars.
I should. I've rolled a 12
For
plus
16?
4 for guidance. Yeah, 16.
Yeah. You are taken aback by how few stars there are left in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
and you point in the general void direction of where you think the stars were, but they're not there anymore.
Okay. Oh, it was there. The same constellation appeared on its chest, and then it went into the. It's like a huge cave system where the lake must have been. And it went in, and I tried to follow it with the eye, but it all got too dark. I couldn't see anything anymore. But there's other footprints around there. There's a lot of giants down there.
What Mir said about stars being there and then not being there, that's like picks till he's like, what do you mean stars aren't there anymore? If I look at the thingies, do I see any natural reasons like cloud formation or things like that would, or is it actually like stars are missing on a clear sky?
I'll give you a nature check.
Come on, Tilly. 23.
Oh yeah, the clouds parted earlier, but they've gone way off onto the horizon. You are more or less under a huge clear patch of sky, and there may be 25% of the stars that you would expect.
And you see her basically. You see in this moment of like, that's not possible. That the stars are missing. How can the stars be missing? This is not right.
No.
Somebody powerful collects stars to survive.
Yeah, did it look at the constellation, or did it take it, pinch it from the sky, and then it appeared on its chest?
Hard to know.
What the? We haven't like encountered anything like that before.
Okay.
Is this what happened when the first giant emerged from the sea, Tisha? When you were with Alnian?
Well, he was
Elnian
shocked.
to give you clarity, Elnian remarked that the stars were wrong.
But did that giant not have a constellation on its chest, or no?
It did, yeah.
Okay.
What the heck is happening?
Stars
Like the
being
Star Stealers.
yeah.
Oh, this is like the arrival adventuring party.
Yeah.
Fucking Star Seekers and the Star Stealers.
Dan's been running a different
Yeah, I was
campaign.
going to say, is this side campaign like
I'm going to
they
introduce
all
you to
turned
the
into
players you've been
giants
playing
and
against.
shit? Yeah.
On a Thursday night for the past 4 years.
From the school.
Oh my god. Imagine if we'd been playing like 17-year-olds.
All this time we're messing
They're
our
way ahead of
plans.
us as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, we're on to you, Dan.
Hey, at least we're not streaming. They're not watching us right now.
Yeah, they got stream
That's
snipers,
how
yeah.
they got. Oh my God, they got all the juicy bits. Oof. Okay, so are these stars? Do you think? I mean, this is crazy.
This is crazy. That's exactly what I was about to say.
This is fucking crazy. Are these stars disappearing in some sort of a timer situation or a countdown? Are we?
What happens when you take any stars out of the sky? This is like, how can this? I've never heard of giants wielding this kind of magic.
Okay.
Like, this is way beyond anything I've ever heard of.
I guess we know what's next. We gotta go down there. We gotta face whatever's there, and we gotta stop what they're trying to do.
But we don't even know if what they're trying to do is aligned with what we want or against it.
What, the giants?
I mean, I'm not going to assume they're exactly friendly, but we don't know if they're there to fight something that we
Well,
also want to fight. But
Once
also,
the-
it could be the other way. If we leave it, I don't. But how do we go underground and fight giants? That's a rough fight.
Yeah, for them, because it's probably the cramped corridors. It's probably better for us. But... they didn't
Yeah, they
think
haven't thought
about
about this at all.
They didn't think about it at all. Look, I guess it's not that we're gonna jump in and start wailing on the first giant we see. We'll obviously assess the situation. The ones that came out of the sea went straight to fight, and we had to defend ourselves. This might
Yeah,
be
they
the
did. Yeah, they
situation.
went crazy. So
But the ones that are there, maybe they're under different. We'll have to assess. But the way forward is clear. I think the only question we have right now is: do we rest or do we go in right now? And I think we should probably rest because of the moon having this effect on Tisha.
What happens to Tisha still under the moon? Is she still affected? As long as it's out.
You don't know.
I can do the mansion again. If we're resting, I can do that again.
Mm.
But sleeping again kind of makes me freaking out because it's not the safest place.
can you do
Being-
the tree thing? There's trees all around here, right? Can you
Yeah.
can you transport us somewhere else for an hour while we figure something out, or it's
Well,
just a thought?
doesn't have to be an hour. It can be as long as you wanted. We can
Yeah,
go
like
back to
however, like,
Silvercrest if you wanted to, and rest in the Mistress Temple.
yeah,
for
maybe
safety.
someone could help us that understands the constellations, or I don't know if you just think if you wanted to just get away from here for a minute to see
Hold on,
what happens.
one second. Let me just grab this save point, and I'll run to the nearest tree and
Yeah,
touch
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it.
Tisha pressed F2 to quick save. Tilly.
What do you want to
If
do,
that's-
Tisha? Do you want to get out of here for a minute to try something? Do you want to stay? Do you want to go in there? What do you want to do?
I want to go in, but I am now second level exhausted.
Are
I'm
you
going to be slow.
second level?
I am very,
That's a
very
flowery expression.
exhausted. Yeah. I'm gonna
I
say
am
this is that
very,
from now on.
very exhausted.
Second level exhausted, guys. Yeah, but I think Tisha wants to just progress because we're here now.
Yeah.
See, I think yeah, if we sleep and we go through the same thing, and we don't get the proper rest and get exhausted even more, I think maybe that's how it works. Maybe 5 days from now, 4 nights from now, we might be not able to move.
Yeah.
So the time works against us for sure.
Okay, so say if we go in there, I mean, what do we assume we're going to do? Just start fighting giants? Are we looking for anything? Could we sneak past them and find out what's going on in there? Can we?
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we try to find out. There's somewhere in there, right? There's gonna be like a place where there's gonna be like a wedding, right? And then they're gonna like have a nice little wedding, and then
Maybe
they're gonna release the
mean,
snake, right? So we gotta find this.
We don't
place.
even know if this is the site of like.
We don't. No, we don't.
No.
Or maybe they just need something from here.
Maybe there's something they need from there. Yeah. They may be just
And
even
there
going
was-
in there to retrieve something, like to do the last part of the digging out. You know.
That's right. Maybe they controlling the giants for
Yeah,
the
maybe.
digging
Maybe.
because they're like diggers, you know. I mean, they're big.
So is that decision made? You're going in?
We're going in.
I think
I'm going to use my
So-
purity spear to cast Greater Restoration on Tisha to remove 1 level of exhaustion.
I get
Right.
my speed back.
Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
kind of crucial. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we go in there, do we have any means of escape? Like, say if we suddenly needed to get above ground again.
Uh,
I mean, for me, there has to be a tree, but I don't expect we'll find one down there.
I can plane shift us.
Oh, I guess I can do that too. But I don't have any.
Mir must have something from the water plane, right? You must have things from Sargrandula.
yes.
We grab hold of that. I can plane shift us there in an emergency. That's one thing.
Mia also has word of recall, doesn't she?
I have word
Yeah,
of recall.
there you go.
That's true.
Perfect.
Okay, so we got some contingency, and we can come back to this place because of the tree, if we have to.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So yeah, so even
Hopefully
if
the
we
tree
word
doesn't
of
get
recall,
ripped out by a giant.
Hopefully the tree doesn't.
yeah.
I'm gonna go and you know, check a few, touch a few trees in the like spaces around where we are, just in case.
Could
but,
you turn us into maybe like insects or small birds or?
I could do that, yes. However, the spell I have used is fairly advanced, and I can only do this one more time using up my highest resource.
Yeah.
Also, the darkness in there. I'm not sure, but it might be magical darkness, which might prove an issue.
Got a lantern.
Oh, we got a lantern, but that might not work.
Oh. Did we cast Identify on this lantern?
Yeah, we did it.
We did, but nobody attuned to it.
Freddie attuned to it, didn't he?
Yep.
Oh, he did. That's right. Yeah, Freddy.
Is it a magical darkness lantern? No, it's not, is it?
Don't
Like
think it's quite that
that's for.
far.
Yeah, it doesn't dispel magical darkness.
But we
As
have
far as I can tell.
me and you have dispel, right, Mir? So we could try that.
Yeah.
Might only work in sort of limited area, but
I also could send us to the ethereal plane.
Ooh.
I could turn us all into farts as well. But we hate that. We hate that. It takes a minute.
If we go to the ethereal plane, then we should be able to see
and
everything.
probably be unseen by at least like most things.
Yeah.
The item that allowed Jadena to see you on the ethereal plane is the item that you hold on you right now.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Nobody else would have that.
That
Son
sounds
of a
pretty good.
kind.
Because that,
Is
that feels safer.
Is that
I'll post
taxing
it.
though too, right?
It will take my 9th level slot to be able to get all of us.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
8
say
hours. It's not concentration.
No.
And it's for 8 hours. That's yeah.
It's pretty good.
And how do you flip?
I will let
back
you
and forth?
plan and strategize
For next time.
for next time. We will, deciding that you are going to go down into this huge cave network, we will end the session there and end the video there.
All right.
So thank you very much, YouTube, for joining us. See you next week.